more and more industry panels coming in, I think it should be louder and louder. Let it be as loud as possible today. Thank you, industry leaders, for joining us. Thank you, head of the department, directors, faculty members, and my dear students for being with us this morning. I'm sure that there is so much of excitement that we bring to you through this Internship Expo inaugural. X Connect is the term that we have chosen, cross connecting the stage to the audience. We have on the stage industry and in the audience in turns. So that's the cross connection that we bring to you. So we present to you here X Connect by Corporate Resource Center, Amity School of Engineering and Technology. Can we have a huge round of applause before we begin? Thank you. Thank you.
A very healthy good morning to all of you present here, to the esteemed industry dignitaries, respected faculty members, and the fellow students. With a profound sense of honor and respect, I, Suvidha, along with my co-host Srishti Gosen, proudly representing Amity School of Engineering and Technology, extend our heartfelt welcome to each one of you to the X Connect Internship Fair 2024. We are deeply pleased to have you all with us today. This year's theme is Industry Internship Gateway to Professional Career. Industry internships provide hands on experience, networking opportunities, and practical skills crucial for launching a successful professional career in various fields. It offers valuable insights into industry practices, enhances skill development, and can lead to potential job offers post graduation. It's a stepping stone towards building a successful and fulfilling career path. We are excited to have you here today and firmly believe that this opportunity will offer profound insights and exposure to everyone present here.
Shubham Karoti Kalyanam, Arogandham Sampada, Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya, Deepa Jyotir Namastite. This sacred act of lamp lighting is believed to bestow auspiciousness, prosperity, and abundance of wealth while eliminating any obstacles that may hinder our intellectual pursuits. As we embark on this collaborative journey seeking the divine's blessings to illuminate our path, this symbolic gesture serves as a gentle reminder of our unwavering commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and relentless quest for excellence. I now invite the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly step forward to light the lamp.
शारदे माँ हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ मुनियों ने समझी है गुणियों ने जानी वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी मुनियों ने समझी है गुणियों ने जानी वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी हम भी तो समझे हम भी तो जाने विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ हे शारदे माँ हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ हे शारदे माँ हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ हे शारदे माँ हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से दे माँ शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ शारदे माँ शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ शारदे माँ शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ
It is time for us to commence the launch of the XConnect Internship Expo 2024, a vast landscape of possibilities for our budding engineers.
Hello. Yeah. So let's begin with the welcome address. We are delighted to welcome Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Pandey sir, who serves as the Director of Amity School of Engineering and Technology with an impressive 19 years of experience in academics and 5 years in industry. Sir has held numerous academic and administrative positions and has been a true source of inspiration and guidance to all of us. It is with great pleasure and respect that we invite Sir to deliver the welcome address for the X Connect 2024. Let's have a huge round of applause for Sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning to all. Good morning. Thank you. Now, good morning to all industry leaders and students. On behalf of our Honorable Founder President, sir, on behalf of our Honorable Chancellor, sir, Vice Chancellor, Madam, on behalf of my colleagues on the dais, and my own behalf, would like to welcome today all our industry guests with huge round of applause once again. And we are thankful to them as well for sparing their valuable time this morning. And they decided to come and to come among us, and they want to guide us, guide you, how we can proceed for internships and the career progression. So, with the core of my heart, thank you very much to all of you for sparing your valuable time. And now, dear students, you understand the purpose of the meeting today is for the internship fair, for the internships of your after 6 semester that you have to do. And this is the mandatory requirement as per your course and your program. However, it will be a stepping step for you towards the industry. When you are proceeding from your classroom learning, classroom teaching towards the experiential learning now. And this will give you the hands-on what you are doing your course of studies, and how you can feel the industry is shaping out, what all the new trends and technologies are in the market, and how and what will be your career progression after your program of study. So we have invited the pool of industries leaders in front of you, those who are responsible for your career progression. They are ready to take you for their organizations. They want to utilize your skills, and they want to take forward your things into their organizations. Now, there are certain things that will be required when you have to proceed towards this journey. And in this journey, the skills required and the technologies required will be very, very important. And now my suggestion and my advice, or my request to all my industry leaders this morning is, dear leaders, these are the candidates in front of you. Those they have done their 3 years of their study of the undergraduate and 1 year of their study of the postgraduate. And they are ready now to go to some of the industries to utilize their learnings and their teachings. In MET, we always emphasize of the teaching learning and the behavioral and the soft skill learnings. As per our curriculum, we had made the soft skill learning as a part of study every course, every program, and the foreign language, any one of the foreign language, is the part of study, so that we can provide a diverse, a holistic, developed professionals and students in front of for the industry. So, and our curriculum is very dynamic. We always change, we always modify our curriculum as per the requirement of the industry. And for that, we usually involve the industry leaders, the academias, and various stakeholders while we are deciding the curriculum for various programs. In our area advisory board, in our board of studies, in our academic council, the involvement and representation of the industry is in a huge way, because we want the industry and the technology should be included in every courses, every programs of their study of the technical fields. Now these students want to know, want to learn how the industry is shaping up, what all the new trends and technologies are going on, and how they should proceed in their future studies, and what all the skilling and upskilling they need to do while they are studying during their course of study. So these are the students in front of you, those who are curiously waiting to learn, to hear from you about the various type of trends and technologies in the industry. So with this, once again, with huge round of applause, I would like to welcome Mr. Anil Srivastava, President, Open Health System Laboratory, USA, Mr. Vinay Kaushik, CHRO, Newburgh Engineering Limited, Dr. Mukul Chopra, CHRO, Convergys, I think is coming up, Ms. Salini Johari, Head Talent Management and ER, Morris Garage, Mr. Kamal Sharma, Group CEO, Campbell System Private Limited, Mr. Siddharth Sone, Group General Manager, Infosys, Mr. Yudhishthir Yadav, India Lead, Student and Citizen Skilling Initiatives, Trailhead Academy Salesforce, Mr. Rohit Kumar, Head of R&D, CSC, E-Governance, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, Ms. Priyanka Upreti, Senior Manager, Marketing Development, Market Development, NASCOM, Mr. Dheeraj Modi, Head Talent Ecosystem, South in Asia, India Ericsson, and Ms. Hitaisi Chaudhary, HR Business Partner, Hilti India. So these are the profile of the industry leaders, those in front of you. So let us welcome them once again, and thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful welcome address. It is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome Professor Dr. Madhuri Kumari Ma'am, Deputy Director of Placements and Industry Relations at Amity School of Engineering and Technology. With her wealth of knowledge and experience, Professor Dr. Madhuri Kumari Ma'am boasts many achievements. With that being said, I request Ma'am to kindly address the gathering and shed more light on the theme of today's event. Please, Ma'am.
Thank you. A very pleasant morning to everyone present here. Esteemed industry leaders, guests, Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, respected Director Sir, Head of the departments, faculty colleagues, my team, and my dear participants. The audience, you are the most powerful today. This is for you. I keep getting amazed when I listen to several quotes which strengthens the power of we. The water says, I am a drop, but When water and water and water drops come together, it becomes ocean. And so is a very famous quote by Helen Keller. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about her. Helen Keller is represented or famous for her personal triumph over the limitations of both blindness and deafness. She was blind and she was deaf. But then here we have a quote from her which says, which means that boundary is only what you draw for yourself. Opportunities are limitless. There is no boundary to it. The quote is, alone we can do so little, and together we can do so much. And here I would pause to say thanks to our industry who have believed in us. We are totally incomplete. I don't mind submitting this here. Academia is incomplete without your support, and your coming here is a great source of inspiration and brings in trust in ourselves. We start believing that we can do much more than what we are aiming to because we have people who can put forward their hands for us. And that's the prime reason, my dear students, I feel so proud as you all get set for the festival of use of colors. We are all having that in our mind. 1 week from now, several colors jumping inside our thoughts, sometimes yellow, sometimes red. We are feeling so energetic, so positive. Drive on the road and you see the smile of the sun coming onto you, telling that it's time for action. It's time for action this year, and it's for you. The message coming on directly that, my dear students, get up. It's time for you to run, to act as you move on from the pre final year to the final year and pack up your bag to be out of the campus. This platform that you are going to get during summer internship is going to be so very important, where you're going to be interacting with the industry, where you will be experiencing the real world. And that's the theme of today's plenary session, the session where we will be having the experience sharing from the industry leaders out here. The theme says experience real world learning and empower your future. If you do it right at the right time, then you are definitely going to be empowering your future. So here we are presenting to you that do not get disheartened. There are so many times you come to me saying, we are not getting any response from industry. How do we do internship? Dear students, am I clear today to tell you all that industry is for you? How come I have this big panel sitting here for you if they would not have believed in you, if they don't want to listen to you, if they don't want to skill you up, if they don't understand that you are talented? So this forum is to tell you that industry is putting forward their hands. Now it is up to you how soon you catch them and pull them along your side, take all the advantage from them and learn of what is more important. So the message that we are going to convey from here, my dear students, very important. Get up, stand up, start acting. The support is no excuse. We have it all here. The support system is here. It is up to you how you take the advantage of it. Identify what market is looking for, which my industry panelist is going to share with you. What is that you like, what you want, you see yourself 5 years down the line. Now is the time, now is the right time when you have to start thinking about it. So this session is a thought-provoking session for you. Through this internship expo inaugural session, we are telling to you that a support system exists and mentoring is there. It is up to you. You take up what you want, what you see yourself to be, and from there, pick up the right internship because that's going to be a primary bridge between what you are learning here to what you are going to be delivering once you are out of campus. So, with that note, I think I am feeling very energetic. Are you all? Great. Are you all? Yeah, that's better. So, dear students, keep feeling energetic. Take the positivity out of it. Have your pens and papers out. Okay, that could be replaced with the smart thought and your pen, smart pens in your mind. Note down what is where you want to be. We have the panel from, you talk about any discipline, we have them here. So this is the time, listen to them, see what industry has to offer. What are the extra things that you need to be on it? Don't stay conventional. I always keep telling, do something so that you stand out of crowd. So with that note, I welcome you all to the inaugural session of Internship Expo X Connect, and I hope that you are going to make out maximum from it. This is the platform where we try to tell you that here is the opportunity. Of course, opportunity will knock your door. It is up to you to get to it. So we are not going to be putting the things on the platter, but it is up to you to pull it through. So with that note again, and permission from Director Sir, may we request you to please allow us to mark this Internship Expo open. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that wonderful speech, ma'am. And thank you for setting the tone for the entire meeting. Now, let us begin with the panel discussion. Our first panel expert will be joining with us online, and his name is Mr. Anil Srivastava, sir. Sir serves as the president of Open Health System Laboratory, leads the ICKA, which is International Cancer Knowledge Alliance, and ICT Biomed. Besides serving as a special volunteer, radiation research program, and member at Quantitative Imagining Network. He currently serves as an advisor biomedical informatics for the Indian National Cancer Institute of the All India Institute for Medical Sciences. Now, I would like to invite Sir to kindly address the eager audience. Let's have a huge round of applause for Sir.
Sir, just hold on. IT team, we are not able to hear. The audio is not working. Sir, can you once again? No, we are not.
So you can rejoin it again, Anil sir, or
Yes.
you can put your headphones.
Sir, can you please? So you need to enjoy with the technology. Okay. Take small break as we get back to you. So, students, while we are being joined by Mr. Ranil, I would like to tell you about this Open Health System Laboratory of California, USA. They have been our regular recruiter for internship. Now, this would be third year in a row. We have already signed an MOU with OHSL. They are very actively working towards applying information technology, artificial intelligence, data analytics, data cataloging, large language model, all this technology for the purpose of better healthcare prediction as well as care. Last year also we had 37 students who did internship. In fact, that is an online internship. The best part of this internship is that you get to meet number of leading organization speakers through this internship. Call it as Intel, AWS, Google, and many more who are working in the sphere of providing several add-ons like cloud or the technology, the libraries for intelligent data cataloging. Elation is one of the strong organization with whom they really work together. So that is the kind of togetherness that they bring in along. They bring along with them the organizations different of repute and the latest technology which is being used for solving the problem in healthcare. I think
Dr.
we will
Madhuri, I
try
think
to stop
can move
if we
next.
yes. We'll move to the next one. MC, can we request you to be here? Okay, so I will do this honor of calling in Mr. Dheeraj Modi, who is Head Talent Acquisition, Southeast Asia, Oceania, and India Ericsson.
With a diverse background spanning industries such as telecom, electrical, financial services, ITES, software, data intelligence, AIML, health tech, and edutech, our guest excels in navigating various sectors. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Dheeraj Modi, sir, as we eagerly anticipate his insights and contributions to our discussion today.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, students, for that huge round of applause. I'll take a pause and just check if Mr. Ranil is able to speak. Mr. Ranil,
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. So I'll take an excuse from Mr. Dheeraj and we will be having Mr. Dheeraj immediately after Mr. Ranil. Yeah, over to you, Mr. Ranil.
Thank you very much for. I'm sorry for this glitch, technical glitch. I thought it was working all right. We are very good morning to all of you, and we are very proud of our partnership with MIT University. And the main reason for that is the huge human capital which is sitting in front here, and which I will share my slides and which I just put some notes together. I hope I can share it because let's see. Oh God, it was all working very well before that, but let me try and talk it through, and I'll send the presentation because we are already running late because of me. As there's a quote on my slide which I will share. I'll send it to Madhuri, and I'm sure she'll share it with all of you from Mark Jack, and which really says medicine. We are in case of medicine, we are really in the Stone Age, and with the computational technology, I think we can find the cure for most of the diseases that we're talking about, and that has been the focus of OHSL. And OHSL is working with a number of leading institutions in the world, and our attempt is how to see the intersection between the computational science and biomedical sciences. And that is where most of the exciting work is happening. And the reason is very simple. Those of us who came, some of my colleagues on the dais, and who came from the earlier generation of computer science, for us, we had different segments in computer science. We had somebody was working on voice, somebody was working on video, somebody was working on multimedia, because our applications were of that kind. In medicine, what happens is that it's all of that combined together. We're working on artificial intelligence, you're working on image analysis, you're working on big data, you're working on analytics. So really, from my point of view, medical sciences really present the challenge to technology that technology has been building for. So it was as if we were building the hammer, and we now suddenly find a lot of nails and to make good furniture out of it. So that's where the challenge is. We are very fortunate at OHSL to working with some of the leading institutions like Stanford and Yale University and All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Tata Memorial, and a number of other institutions, which you'll see in my slide. And two of my colleagues are online, Shruti Shukla and Dr. Konika Ray. And I believe that you'll be meeting my other colleague, Jeevan Seni, during this thing. So do talk to him, do talk to them about the projects that they're working on. Coming back to the project, one of our major project is what Konika has been leading with Dr. Bhatkar, which is Ayurveda Developmental Therapeutics Program. And why I mentioned that right on the top of the list, because that's the most challenging work that we are doing, where we are trying to dig into the knowledge of Ayurveda and be able to look at Ayurveda's evidence of Ayurveda as a modern science, not an ancient science, and with that develop new therapies and new drugs. And one part of that project, one of them actually is being led by an MIT alumni working at Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology, Dr. Jaspreet Dhanjal, on phytochemistry, active components for cancer and new integrative medicine. And that's part of Kodinika's ADTP work that she's doing. The other is to rebuild the Sanskrit natural language processing system, which will allow people like me and others who don't know Sanskrit and who don't know Ayurveda and medical doctors and researchers to be able to access this knowledge system. Because Sanskrit Ayurveda as a science has really one of the first science which actually documented its knowledge and is there. So the access to that would really benefit the medicine. The other is again, one of your colleagues is coordinating this with me. Other is virtual organizations as socio-technical systems. The question is COVID really forced all of us, the world, to almost come to halt, and we couldn't sit with each other, meet with each other to do. Today I went to San Francisco, just visiting it, and find that many of those lovely buildings that were built are empty because nobody after COVID is willing to go back to work. People are quite happy working remotely in spite of all the problems. So, but at the same time, the physical organization had a lot of convivial activities which cannot be easily replicated by a conference call like this. I only see and you only see what is shown to you. You are not walking up to the cafeteria and happen to ask the person who's having a cup of coffee what she's working on, and you discover something interesting. So what this project, what we call the WAS, and we're working with a number of institutions all over the world, where we say, can we create online a convivial experience of what happens in a physical thing? Because people are not going to come back. All the people are not going to come back to a daily routine of going to a particular office, traveling 1 hour of whatever it takes to get there. So that's the other major project that we are working on. The third project that we're working on is a digital twin. Everybody has heard about artificial intelligence, and there's a lot of talk of artificial intelligence and in medicine. The question is, how does artificial intelligence become available? The benefit of artificial intelligence become available to the doctor who's treating the patient. OHSL was very fortunate to work with a young professor at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, who about 5 or 6 years back, when we first broached the subject to him, he said, Anil, don't talk to me about technology. And I want to know how it will make me a better doctor and how will I have a better patient outcome. And Dr. Harish has been leading this project, which has now become a major international. We did a proof of concept a couple of years back, which is considered to be a major walking the talk rather than talking the talk. And now it's developing into a major international project at All India Institute of Medical Sciences. And Dr. Pandey and Dr. Kumari and we have been discussing about one or two people from MIT to be working with Dr. Harish at All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So basically what our effort has been how to make the technology available to the doctor to be able to do the treatment of his patient. And that's what's being called a translation research. And India has a particular advantage in this because Indian regulation allow for a doctor to be able to take experimental medicine to his patient. While in US and other places, we have a legacy of a very long procedure to do that. And cancer is one of the diseases that we are doing a lot of work in. In cancer, it's a matter of days. I mean, so any delay could result in bad consequences for the patient and suffering for the patient. So that's what we're doing. So we welcome the students who would like to work with us. Only thing that I would say to them, competing without having all the resources. Intellectually, we are competing with some of the world's best institutions. So when you're working with us, you'll be working with people who are students at Stanford or research scholars at Stanford. So there is a lot of learning, a steep learning curve which is there. But the rewards of it is obviously there because you learn a lot from that kind of work that you're doing with it, and it's exciting. I mean, as you can make out, I'm an old person, but every day I wake up with tremendous excitement because I've learned something the night before, and I can apply it in that thing. So the excitement of learning is very much there, and you'll be working with some of the world's best people in that. So with that, I'll end it. I'll end, and I will share the slides with through Dr. Madhuri Kumari, and which also gives the name and email contact for Jeevan Koninka, who's online, Dr. Shruti Shukla, who's here, and you should contact them and see what we can do together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Anil. And great round of applause for coming back again and again to our students with an exciting opportunity. So here, OHSL presents to you all, my dear students, computational methodologies application in healthcare. Thank you once again, Mr. Anil. He has joined us from California, and my dear students, you need to understand how the opportunity is limitless. He is all awake midnight. I think it has crossed midnight as well. Thank you, Mr. Anil, for being there with us always. Now we will move on to our second panelist, and Mr. Dheeraj from Ericsson. He has a lot of experience to share in the latest and the trending catching up area, that is telecom. So over to you.
Thank you so much. When we were discussing in the room, all of my team leaders were there. Dr. Madhuri and Dr. Manoj says you have two jobs to do. One is to tell people that how important is internship and how do we get it. Two important things, right? Very classic. But how important is internship is like explaining some architect that how important is foundation for that building, right? Do you think anything extra I can tell you that how important is the internship? You are building your career, you're starting your career. I cannot tell you how important is the internship, right? So I'll focus on that. How do we get that internship? There is no rocket science. There is no silver bullet to it. That I'll give you one example, and everybody will get an internship. But when I was driving here, and I was thinking to give you some example of it, and then suddenly I saw an ad of a perfume. How many of you buy a perfume or a deodorant? All of you? All of you? And what is the process of buying a perfume? Sorry, pardon my language process. Being an HR guy, I always talk about process. But what is the method or what is the way? You go to a shop, you smell, you like it, you buy it, right? And if it suits your pocket, it's 200 to 20,000, whatever the prices are. But things are changing now. We are buying perfume online as well. Have you ever buy a perfume online? Yes. So when you buy an online perfume, you cannot smell it. Nobody can smell it, right? We are far off that tech. So what you see is the picture, representation of that perfume. You see the description, okay? There is a node, woody node, oud node, whatever. So imagine yourself as a perfume. Corporate is your guy. And then you have to portray yourself, picture yourself, describe yourself, and apply. The best of the people who have mentioned their skills, right, that you can do that, they'll get a chances, right? Because I cannot go and check all the candidates, right? So people who are applying, and that's a very, very old legacy way. More you apply, more you get a chance, right? So make sure when you're applying, you are writing best of your resumes. You're portraying yourself as a best candidate and you're applying many times. That's the philosophy. That's the old ways of doing it, right? Nobody can beat that. And if you're applying regularly, you're getting enough chances to appear. But the caveat, the most important caveat, when you buy a perfume, when it comes and you smell you don't like it, you return it. So when you join an organization, you don't perform it, you are back to home. So this is just not only portraying yourself, but you make sure you're performing well. And how can you perform well? Right? In any organization, again, I'm anecdotally representing it. There are 3, 4 things in any organization, right? Fundamentally, there are 3, 4 things. One is how strong the processes are. Second is you are working with on any of the tech, right? You are an engineer, technology is very important. And third is the most important is people. So process is same for everybody. Tech is also same because processes are written down, well laid off. You pick up a process, you read and you perform. Important thing is that how do you deal with people? That's how you learn in internship, right? How do you maneuver your path? How you get your action done? How do you get things done? So few important things, building relationships, that's what you learned in. And this is our practical things, right? People skills, tech, everything you will find a lot of books, you can enhance, you can do more, you'll learn more. But navigating people, building relationship, I think is the fundamental most important thing which you learn when you enter corporate. And this window of couple of months of internship, this is the window where you learn these things. This is your second phase of your life, right? Your first phase, you're all parents dependent. You were not responsible for your career, right? Your parents were responsible for your career. Now you are responsible for your career. And this is the time you are building your career. I think fun is almost over. First side of fun. A corporate fun is absolutely a different animal, which you will experience. And then third phase, then you are responsible for your family and other things. So I was given a time which was only 5 to 7 minutes. I was thinking that how can I create impact which might affect a couple of people. So that's about from me. If any questions, I'm here. I can answer those only. Thank you so much for a wonderful and
Thank you so much, Mr. Dheeraj. That was like, I'm not sure how your mind was clicking by the clock, and it was just 5 minutes. So that makes more exciting. So, dear students, that's what we are trying to bring to you, experience real world learning through internship. That's the important aspect. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and Dheeraj Modi, sir, for the wonderful speech. Allow me to introduce our experienced industry expert for today's session, Mr. Vinay Kaushik, sir. Sir brings a wealth of expertise and experience to the role of Chief Human Resources Officer at Newberg Engineering Limited. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our esteemed guest. Can we have a huge round of applause for Sir?
Very good morning. थोड़ा जोर के तो बोल सकते हैं. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Pandey, Dr. Madhuri, my industry friends, gurus, and the most importantly, the reason we are here, my young friends. You are really, really important. Why I'm saying this? Because 2047 is a target to transform India into a developed country. And you will be at what age that time? You are 2021 now. 24, 20, 23 more years, you will be actually at the helm of affairs that time, that moment. You will be the leading the country. Most of us will be retired, almost, or probably me might have taken the next birth to witness your success. Thank you so much in this generation. You really belong to this. Very quick, my idea of sharing this is, at the end of the day, we'll be serving the nation or industry. We'll be choosing one of the path. Either we are entrepreneurs, you have your own organization, an employee, you are serving the established organization, or maybe one of the faculty members developing more engineers and students for the future nation. Any of these professions need to know the industry. This exposure is actually, you can say, essential, whatever you want to do in life. So, empower future is the, I think, theme for today. And self-empowerment is the best thing we can learn in life. Experiential learning is what it is. That means we can see with our eyes, we can touch, feel, and most importantly, we are contributing a little bit what is happening around us. That is the experiential learning in the industry. Keeping these 5 to 7 minutes in mind, let me quickly, because I have to be fast. So let us describe the fast then. FAST. These 4 things are basics for our success, I will say. F, friends. All of these you are in this room and may not be present here. And whenever you are in the industry during internship training or employment, you will make many more friends. Please have those very closely. They are your biggest assets in your life. In any phase of your life, your friends, your networking will really help you, support you. There is also said that relationships, right? So this is really important. Please keep in touch with your friends wherever you are in life, in future, and develop more and more networking to have your net so that they help you, support you whenever you are successful or you want to be successful. A stands for, that's the most important I have learned in my life, and I follow this. Ask questions. Remain student forever. One life is too short to learn these many things around us. So at what age, at what level of your career or success, please remain a student and ask the questions always. This will really help you in any phase of your career, especially when you are intern. It is really critical. Ask the questions. As when you ask the questions, you must be having set goals, stay organized. Set yourself absolutely on the path. Set goals, stay organized. No harakiri. And all these 3 I said, time is the key. We have this life, time is limited. We have to maximize this, utilize this. And this is the basic, perhaps I could elaborate today. FAST, friends, yes, you can bank upon them, ask questions, set goals, and respect time. If these 4 things you have made integral part of your career, I'm sure 100% wherever you are, in whatever field you are, you will be successful and contributing to the dream of this country to be a developed nation by 2047. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's so much echoes with our founder president's vision and saying Bhag is something which he promotes and we believe. And from there now, what has been added by Mr. Vinay is fast. So I think in this journey of today's inaugural session, students, you are noting down these important things. Fast is something very important which will come to you through this experiential learning. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Allow me to introduce our next esteemed guest, Dr. Mukul Chopra, sir. He is an accomplished human resources director with a wealth of experience spanning the telecom, retail, supply chain, and infrastructure sectors. With a proven track record in HR consulting, operations management, executive search, customer relationship management, and adept team building skills. I request, sir, to please address the budding engineers present here.
Good morning, everyone. So, when you have two luminaries before you, having spoken most of it, then you try to add bits and pieces. Okay. 28 years now? And it just seems the other day I was sitting this side of the table. Okay. And nothing has changed. Okay. Except that we have this beast with us. Okay. Which makes us feel that the world is the most insecure place. Okay. Fact remains it is not. Right. A couple of questions to the audience out here. How many of you are excited about your future? Just raise hands. Great. And if I have to ask you that how many of you are concerned about your future, just raise hands. And may I ask you why? Because of what you see here. So morning you are excited, by evening you are, okay, it happens. Look, the thing is, every generation says that, ours was the most challenging times. Okay. Fact remains, I believe in the resilience of humankind. Okay. It's just the noise which is there. Our times there was noise was through the newspapers and something. Now it's 24/7. This may not speak, but it seeds. Okay. It seeds doubts. The fact, we talk about AI now. AI is also made by humans. Okay. So it's no rocket science. And, if humans have survived and walked this earth for 3,000 years till now, I don't see anything happening radically. Till the time we, press the self-destruct button. But subtly, what our friends or my colleagues have been trying to drill you in is college is the time you will, remember the most. This is your first dip into the corporate world. You're just putting a toe in a stream, so to say. Okay. But the earlier you accept it, the better it is, because that's going to be reality. You're not going to spend 6 months and come back to college, okay, and see that this is the real world. The real world is that. And organizations per se, there is nothing called a good or a bad organizations. In fact, I always say that organizations always teach you two things: what to do and what not to do. And both those learnings are important. So there's nothing called a great organization and there is nothing called a bad organization. Okay, it all depends upon you. But first, and the fact that you are running a marathon, so don't sprint, don't jump. The first opportunity you get, more hike, more pay, don't jump. You have to last for 25, 30 years. Okay, pace this thing. Evolution has not stopped, so your learning should not. Okay. Learning is happening at a more faster pace than you can imagine. Okay, and there is a hunger for learning. Today, if you see the composition of the Indian cricket team, okay, you hear about stories of people who were, who used to work as rickshaw pullers, whatever it is, basically from the lower strata of society. It's no longer what you call an elitist game. So is the corporate. Okay, it's not going to be the preserve of just because you graduated from an institute. It'll give you a head start, but to maintain your pace or your place there, you need to be relevant. So the first thing is resilience. You need to be resilient. There is no shame in tripping. All of us have tripped in our careers. But the beauty is every time you trip, you get up and start running. Because frankly speaking, nobody is bothered. You have yourself to pull up and go. There's a quote, and it is in Hindi or somewhere, and I read, and it stuck a chord with me. Is that it says that जिंदगी अपने ही दो पैरों पे चलती है, ठीक है ना, दूसरों के सहारे तो जनाजे उठते हैं, right? Right. So don't lean on people. Okay, have faith in what you are, and like a pack of cards, they say there are 4 A's. And my time's up, but I'll part off with this: is that the first is ambiguity. Ambiguity is here to stay. Accept it. Okay. Second is agility. How quickly you respond to this ambiguity. Third is about adaptability. And fourth is ability. So the 4 A's, keep it. Remember, you'll do good. Okay. God bless you all, and all the best for your careers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mukul. So, my dear students, I think the notes already taken. 4 A's towards the end. Yeah, that's something, the most important takeaway. But yes, one very important aspect, I think all of you have taken note of it. It is not important where you are doing internship. What you are doing during internship and how you are doing it is very, very important. So stay focused, believe in yourself, have faith. That's the message coming in again and again. So thank you so much, Dr. Mukul, for that wonderful word. Mr. Modi is wanting to leave, so we would like to say him goodbye, presenting a token of gratitude from us, Professor Dr. Manoj Pandey, sir. Thank you for being there. We have our next speaker coming in after this.
Thank you. My apologies for leaving early.
Okay. Allow me to introduce our next industry expert for today's session, Mrs. Shalini Johari, ma'am. Ma'am currently serves as the head of talent management and employee relation at Morris Garages, quite known for her strategic HR skills and her dedication for fostering a positive work environment. Her recent victory include bagging various awards such as MG Motor India, team winning the Diverse and Equitable Workplace Award by NHRD. I would like to invite ma'am to the podium and kindly address the eager budding engineers. Can we have a huge round of applause for ma'am? Morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So, I believe that God has his perfect timings. I'm a mother of 6-year-old, and whenever I see students, I always see that 6-year-old somewhere sitting amongst you guys. Uh, at this age, while I'm bringing up a 6-year-old child, I happened to join MG. So, what happens when you're raising a child that small? You are generally talking of fundamentals. And you're always going to the basics. When I joined MG, this is what exactly happened at MG as well. So in MG, we believe in keeping life simple, talking about fundamentals, and not hitching away in bringing up those small things that can really have a bigger impact. And I'm very happy to share with you all that with those small little things, MG is the only organization that has been able to break those glass ceilings when it comes to diversity hiring. We are the only automobile company which is hired 37% of women at the shop floor and amongst various rungs in the organization. We have been doing some beautiful job when it comes to electric vehicles. And all these functions that I'm talking about are led by women. So I was talking about the perfect timing. So I'm here today with you all, where again, I'm not going to raise the energy with a lot of ebullience or any of the thing. I would be taking you down to the basics and leaving with you some thoughts that if you really think through, I believe that that's going to make impact, if not on all, then at least 20, 30 of you. And if that is done, then I think my job is done. So everybody has talked about, what is required, why internship is important, and you guys are smart enough to understand that this is the basic and the foundation. We understand that clearly. But what is expected out of you as a student when we come as industry is very basic again. So technical is definitely what we would be looking for. But when I say technical, trust me, it's only fundamentals that we're talking about. We do not assess any student on any hi-fi technical understanding, but the basics. Are you aware what is happening in your industry? Are you aware, if you really are an engineer and you're passionate about it, are you aware what is happening around you is what we're checking you upon. A little of what college has taught you and you're able to take it. Second is what we look at is the communication skills. So once again, I'm not talking about you knowing Hindi well, Gujarati well, or English well. We are plainly talking about communication skills. And when I say communication, it is about passing your technical knowledge to the non-technical person. Yeah, that is very important. The day you're able to sell that to a non-technical person, I believe in whichever language you've done it, even if you've done it without speaking, you're a good communicator. As an engineer, the third very important thing that we look at is your adaptability. And the reason for the same is because you all know the only thing which is constant is. So your technology is changing every day. I mean, the cars have started now, the new models have started coming with the pace of mobile phones, right? So in case you're not adaptable to that change, you would suffer and hence the industry would suffer. So basically what you require is to make that quick move, swift move, and move on with the pace of the industry and the way the change is happening in your industry. Now for that, another important point which has already been covered is networking. Once you network and you know people around the industry, you'll be a good decision maker. How? Because you'll be an informed person. You know what is happening around me. You're aware of it, right? And when you're aware of things, you're an informed person, you tend to take a better decision. You come up with a better solution. Okay, this is not working out here. In one of my friends' organization, this is what they did. And that's how you become a better decision maker. So would like to leave you with these basic things. And of course, you got to be a team player because I have never seen any engineering project led by a single engineer. So you have to have that in you, that you should know how to work in a team and take your team progress with your progress along with your career aspirations. Yeah, so I would leave you with these thoughts. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shalini. So, dear students, that's something getting added on. What are you going to be learning while you are interning? Technical aspect is definitely something that every industry would want you to be, and you are here because you are learning technical aspects, right? But what is more required beyond it? As mentioned, you have to keep on learning, catching up with the pace of what industry is looking for. And of course, there are a lot many things like teamwork is something that was mentioned by Ms. Shalini. I is definitely going to be V as you move from campus to corporate. So these are important skills that you have to take away while you're doing your experiential learning. Thank you once again, Ms. Shalini. Move to next.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your gracious words. I would now like to introduce our next industry expert, Mr. Kamal Sharma, sir. Introducing the visionary leader at the helm of Campbell Systems Private Limited and Sensefly India, serving as the group CEO, renowned for revolutionizing the landscape of aerospace, marine technology, and GIS. I request sir to kindly address the audience.
Good morning, all. So, in the age of AI, technology life is just 15 days. That's what we believe. So, today, TAG is basically we are going to discuss, experience the real world problem and empowering your future. So, I would like to share a small Campbell journey with you, I to we, so you can understand completely that how you can, experience out today problems and going to formulate your future. I start my journey from Air India as a trainee engineer, of course, as an internship, then trainee engineer, then work for BAE Aerospace. Then my last is with Airbus as the Asia Pacific head. So in 10 years of different experience, I'm actually lucky to get out this segments. And in 2013, we start a journey of Campbell Systems. So we start our journey with monopolistic process of aviation simulators. We are very proud that we are in aviation industry, especially in India, for niche sectors of Airbus as well as Boeing simulators, especially used for our pilot training program. And at that time, we start our segments for drones also, in GIS also. I believe you are, hearing every day now the drone is going to be part of next generation and future and present. So think of in 2013, where no one knows about GIS, no one knows about drones. We start this segment. So this is more of I'm going to relate with your current problems. We set up our vision. We already, now we are 11 years old company in that. We already start with, different government projects. Now we are already formulating Swamit Yojana, which is with the Prime Minister. Gati Shakti Yojana, which is again a Prime Minister promising segment. We already expand our journey towards Singapore, now going to expand our segments to Australia. So in that complete 20 years of time frame, I gone through from the very basic to a very high end segments and all, and I always keep myself to start learn every day. I believe my industry experts already told about that technology age. One day, 4 years, I discussed with Mr. Siddharth from Infosys that he's saying that age of technology for 4 years. Someone from MG, one day, we called it as 15 days because it's changing like anything. And you have to update yourself, you have to update from the industry experts, you have to grab different knowledges from the you can say different companies, and these all the aspects give you the future formation idea. Like you would like to become a startup, you would like to start your journey as in different way, so it's only your vision, your goal that you are going to set up, and based on that only you have to start your formulation. Not saying much words. Thank you so much. This is what. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamal. So we have been talking together for long, and as he started it in 2013, that is from where we got connected, and I should thank him for being so generous towards our students. He has always been floating the internship in one of the technology which is now really on the top, that is drone technology, We had our CSC students, our mechanical students for that matter, going there, learn the interdisciplinary aspect. So what is the most important part that Mr. Kamal brings in is the interdisciplinary approach during internship and taking to the latest technology. Thank you once again for being here, Mr. Kamal.
Thank you, sir, for your informative and wise words. Our upcoming expert is Mr. Siddharth Sahane, sir. It's my privilege to introduce a distinguished software engineer with an impressive global experience of more than 27 years in the information technology services industry. So please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Sahani as we eagerly anticipate their insights and contributions to our discussion today. Over to you, sir.
Respected Professor Pandey, respected Professor Madhuri, all the guests here, and their students. So I am speaking to the industry of tomorrow. I think one word that resonates in this hall today is learnability. The industry, being in the industry for 27, 28 years, I can say that the number of training rooms in the industries have increased. So has the number of labs and academic institutes. So there's hardly a gap. It's like we are together in the same purpose. And if still there's any doubt, events like XConnect help close that. So glad to be part of this forum today. So I'll give you a little perspective of interacting over the years with people from the academic institutes who are yearning to apply what they've learned. It's very important because learning condenses only when it is applied. 4 years of structured learning of education, society recognizes you as a student. Once you would leave these forums of this the university, step into the corporate world, you would dawn on the other side. And how is that different? We in the industry first look at the problem and then find the tools to solve the problem. Design thinking is something that you may have been familiar with already. If not, I would suggest do look it up. So always look at the relevance of what you know. Whatever you are learning, whatever you are doing, it should be relevant to the society at large. And design thinking is a structured way to achieve that. That is something you could make note of. Secondly, it is a holistic. Your learning, whether it's internship or in the classroom, should be holistic. So particularly in our company, Infosys, when we look at the skill development or the capacity building, we do not, like many of the other panelists here mentioned, look only at the technological aspects. The other dimensions, which are equally important, are foundational understanding, domain understanding, and social skills. You would be left completely, out of wind or incomplete if not having focused on social, domain, and foundational. So while the courses may say that you are an expert in X technology or Y technology, but what would really gel and do you wonders is a complete understanding of other aspects as well. Now, what is also different today is that a lot of the work is getting digital. It is getting remote. So even internships, physical visits to the buildings or to the offices may be less important. There are tools available at the click of a button. All of you have access not only to the knowledge that within the country, but the world over. So definitely capitalize on that. But of course, you have to be very judicious in where you spend your time and invest your energies. But I think it is an exciting time. And I'm sure that each one of you would, in the right earnest, make best use of the opportunity for the training or the internship that you have to do at the end of sixth semester for undergraduates or the second year for the second semester for the postgraduate courses. So I look forward to many of your queries also when we have the Q&A session to be able to address any, and share any additional insights. So thank you again, everybody, for your patient listening.
Thank you, Mr. Siddharth. So this is for the first time ever that we have brought Infosys to the stage of Internship Expo. And we are so glad that in North part, We had been looking at Infosys at Chandigarh, and they have traveled so close to us, next neighbor, and we would not have liked to miss a chance to connect to them. And here is our earnest request to kindly take forward our relationship with regard to industry relations. We are already talking. So, my dear students, again, here comes the next angle of Internship Expo, is that bringing to you new accounts, bringing to you new areas where you could explore more. So there are support system, as I said, already existing. It is you who have to explore. Thank you once again, Mr. Siddharth, for being here with us.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary thoughts. We now have our next esteemed panelist, Mr. Yudhishthir Yadav, sir. Sir is a dynamic leader known for his entrepreneurial spirit and hands-on approach to leadership. As the founding team member of Future Skills Prime initiative, he led strategic and OEM initiatives, exploring new avenues for growth and fulfilling the organization's vision. We are honored to have you here today, sir. Could you please address the gathering? Please, over to you, sir.
Thank you. And I think a lot of it is starting with word you, which means each one of you think about your future. And I have an interesting couplet in my head, which I heard when I was sitting just like you in one of the session with industry in 2010. And the couplet was this: उम्र भर गालिब यही भूल करता रहा, उम्र भर गालिब यही भूल करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी और आईना साफ करता रहा. I think it's needless to say that it's time for you to take charge of your career, of your life, and I think many of you have already taken. I will just try to add very few basic form of information which you might need as you think of internship. First, why you should do it, right? One, of course, it's a mandate for you to do it to get your credits for the degree. But the world has changed. The companies have changed. And I come from IT. IT has changed a little bit over a period of time. Apart from this technology disruptions happening, which means that every 15th day, 1 month, 2 year, technology gets obsolete, companies are more focused on margin and making more revenue, which means that they want each one of you to join them with some sort of readiness, right? And hence, today when you do the internship and tomorrow when you appear for full-time employment, please go out and check on web. There's a company called as Glassdoor, which clearly tells you what kind of salaries you get when you have internships, right? If you are an intern, and I actually help my partners to hire people like you. So we were doing TCS Drive. So if you are just an engineer with foundational skills, most welcome. You can join the company, but you join the company with more generalized roles where they will take another 6 months to train you and figure out which BU they will add you in. But if you have internship done, if you can go out and loudly show that, okay, with engineering degree, I probably can code on Apex, or I know Microsoft Azure skills, or I know Google Cloud skills, they will put you in a specific BU. And what kind of offer then they do? They immediately elevate their offer from 3.5 to 7, double, right? Don't you want to have that with you? So with internship, you definitely get considered for better roles and better jobs. That's one. Second, even if you don't want to actually do job after this and wanted to get enrolled in postgraduates, most of these best schools across the world and India are trying to get people interview as well. And I think if you can tell what you know and show what you know, it definitely gives you an advantage. There are many people for one role. By the way, do you know how many application in India comes for one role? Do you know that? Any idea? On an average? Guess the number? 1,000? It's approximately 10,000. No, don't get demoralized with that number. The only way to showcase yourself a little different is by showing the skill. And that can only happen once you join internship and try to apply what you've learned. Now that's about importance of virtual internship. The second question comes in that how do I get it? And I'm sure out of this lot, many of you are already very smart, already have applied, etc. There are people like me who must be having backs in their career, who maybe not having like backlog with them. I had backlog in my career, and I was absolutely fine with it. But do you have companies who offer people with backlog also internship? Do have we companies who do not really consider CGPA as of now and offer internship? Do we have companies who can offer me internship in virtual mode and I can be at my house? Because it'll be very expensive to go to Bangalore and stay there for 2 months, 3 months. Yes, they are. Us, Salesforce, we offer internship in a different form altogether. We can't offer full-time internships for 20,000 people. We probably offer that for 200, but we offer the same internship experience where we push all of you to apply what we teach you in massive numbers, in 20,000 numbers. And you are welcome, irrespective of where you come from, what your CGPA is, whether you have backlog or not. We don't really differentiate and distinguish between people who have these academic qualification. All we need is, do you have zeal to learn? If you have zeal to learn, you're most welcome. And we don't leave you from just learning and applying. We actually help you connect with the larger ecosystem we have. So once you're trained with us, it's our responsibility to then connect you with companies who hire on our skills. So that's about us. But like us, there are many other companies who offer virtual internship now with AICT, and you name it. You have Cisco, you have actually Microsoft, you actually have VMware, you have Google. All of them are offering it. Go check out those websites. Maybe you don't see them there on Naukri or LinkedIn, but they are on the AICT website and people just take it. So it's your time, your chance. Grab it. And I'll end my talk with a couplet again that कौन कहता है आसमान में सुराग हो नहीं सकता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछाल कर देखो मेरे यारो. Thank you.
So that touched the nerves of our students. Thank you, Mr. Yudhishthir, for being here. My dear students, Salesforce comes with a lot of force. We have this virtual internship program being offered by Salesforce, and I would suggest that each one of you in this room don't ask to yourself whether Salesforce is for you or not. It is for everyone here in the room. I mean, if there is someone from mechanical, if you are from civil engineering, CS and IT, maybe you don't have question. But anyone and everyone, you are eligible to do that. So as he mentioned, they don't look for CGPA. They don't look for backlog. They look for someone who can really complete this course. And believe me, we have experienced that the students with this internship certificate has an advantage over the conventional students. So again, mantra is stand out of the crowd. That is what Mr. Yudhishthir has said. Thank you once again for being here with us and congratulations as you have been conferred the most prestigious award at Salesforce. Yeah, we need to have a big round of applause there. Can we have something about that award from you?
The only thing I have to add is that this award, MIT has a part in it. You guys should go and watch that video. We have covered entire MIT campus. We also had 2 learners who were part of my program, VIP program at a campus, whom we covered in that video. And you get that award only if you do substantial impact. So last 2 years, we have trained about 80,000 learners on job ready skills. About 15,000 of them, we have made them connections. They've got jobs in the ecosystem. And when you do something this impactful, they call you to Vegas to enjoy for a week and take this award. So that is all about. Thank you.
So you know the exciting story. So again, stand out of the crowd. That's the complete message. Thank you once again. And do take a note of this virtual internship program. Over to the next speaker.
I really appreciate your thought-provoking remarks, sir. Our next plenary guest is Mr. Rohit Kumar, sir. With over 18 years in Silicon Valley, Rohit Kumar is a skilled tech executive with extensive experience, including multiple roles as CTO and CEO. Currently, the head of R&D as CSC. I request, sir, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Madhuri, Dr. Pandey, for basically hosting this event and all my guests on the dais. and to you students. I believe this is going to be a pretty exciting and anxious time for you. Jumping in, like what are you going to do for the next 6 months, and where are you going to do that, and how are you going to get it? So, I most of my life I worked in the private sector. Only recently, the kind of work I'm doing right now has sort of given me a lot of satisfaction because it opens opportunities for all of you. One area that you may or may not be looking into is digital India. Okay. So, unlike other places in the world where things have already developed, India is actually going through a transformation, and pretty much digital is a very key part of the India's transformation. So there's some amazing stories about both from what we did with Aadhaar and with what we are doing with having a unified health card, what we are doing with Digi Yatra. So my message to you is that you are, being Indians, in a lucky place where you can play a role in that story. And that means opportunities, that means, innovations, that means creating something that has not been created before, right? The second thing I wanted to touch upon was how do you get an internship, right? One thing that I've, out of my own experience, I've seen that, go out there. Like Steve Jobs in his biography said that once, he was wanting a part for a circuit he was trying to make, and he actually just simply picked up the phone and called somebody very senior at HP. That is the kind of resourcefulness and things you need to have. Just go to LinkedIn, just reach out to the person. Like there are people who have reached out to me and connected to me directly and said, this is my resume. So this is the way to stand out, right? So you got to show that resilience and that resourcefulness where you step out, reach out to people, connect with them, and then bring yourself. So that's one way to stand out. The second thing, okay, now let's say you stood out, you got a reference, your resume got selected, all this nice things happened, but now you're in the interview. Okay, how do you clear that interview? Okay. um, the thing with clearing an interview is, of course, number one is do prepare. Okay. No matter what it is, whether even at the stage of career I am in, if I were to give an interview today, I really have to go back to the basics. So do prepare yourself. But more importantly, remember one thing, that in an interview, do not give up. So I've seen very often interns and even more experienced candidates actually give up during the interview process. They don't know the answer to a question and they simply say, I don't know, and they stop. What actually people like me are looking for in people is that they have that will, that power to keep on trying. And that's going to happen in your job. You're going to face situations which may not be technical. That is the beauty of it. You think that most of your job is going to be technical. Actually not. 20% is where your technology is going to be used. 80% is going to be your other skills. So that's the second thing I wanted to highlight. The third thing, okay, let's say you don't give up and you get through and you come in. After you're in, uh, there's another very interesting thing that President Obama had said in one of his interviews. He said that people are too focused often on trying to get the best project. Okay, they want to work on the best technologies. They feel sometimes disappointed if they don't get that project. But actually, the key to make a good impression is to get things done. Even the smallest thing that is given to you will get noticed if you get it done, and you get it done in with a level of quality that people. So basically, employers are really starving for employees who really go and get things done. So remember that don't get too caught up on the kind of project you got, but just focus on whatever I've gotten. I'm going to do it so well that I'm going to get noticed. The fourth thing I wanted to talk about was that the first few months that you are in a company, that are very critical because you're trying to build trust. Remember that you're a new entity, nobody knows you. So how you perform, and trust really means that you do what you say you do. Okay. So and one pattern I've seen a lot of times interns come in is that they feel a bit victimized, right? They feel like I didn't get knowledge transfer. I didn't get training. I don't know about doing how to do this. Don't get caught up in that trap. Wear a different attitude. Say that, you know what, I'll get it done. I'll figure it out. Once you wear that attitude, you actually, even if you're not able to do something, your approach or attitude ends up in giving a lot of confidence to the person, thing. The fifth point I wanted to talk about is we all, and you all especially, are living in a very interesting time where there's a lot of remote work, hybrid work. The pandemic came in. It came in with good and bad. The bad, my 2 cents over here is that try to pick an internship which has a physical presence, because at the stage of career you are in, learning how to interact with people at work, learning how to know, that physical interaction is so critical. I've seen people who have, because of the pandemic, worked for 3 years remotely, and when they came into the office it was very difficult for them to have those interpersonal relationships to figure out, how to go about doing things. And the last thing I would wrap up is that when you're picking an internship, in addition to the company is not so much important. Look at the manager. Look at the person you're going to be reporting to. Even if it's a startup, that's fine. The person you're going to be reporting to or learning from, look at his background. That is the way you're going to learn a lot, because in all my life, I followed people, I followed mentors, and that has served me well, as opposed to, of course, following money and brands. So I think with that, I'll just wrap up whatever I wanted to share with you, and I really wish all of you best of luck.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary thoughts. Our next panelist today here is Ms. Priyanka Upreti, ma'am. Ma'am boasts a remarkable 15-year career spanning program management, policy advocacy, research, and consulting. Previously, she held the role of Senior Assistant Director at FICCI. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest to the dais. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Madhuri ma'am, and thank you for inviting me here. I come with 15 years of work experience, and I have worked with startup, I have worked with a mid-sized company, I have worked with an MNC, and now I'm working with Nescom. Throughout these years of my experience, I have realized that sustainability is the key in your job, right? And for sustainability, you have to keep learning, unlearning new old things, learning new things, and relearning upcoming things, right? So internship is basically it is giving you an opportunity to explore the professional world, connect with professional people there, network with them, build your own network, and on the job training also you can get more skills, you can get new projects, you can learn a lot of new things. So I think we have already covered all the important aspects of internship, how you can brand yourself, market yourself properly with a good resume, approach or connect with people through different platforms, then clear those interviews with a lot of enthusiasm, lot of preparation, lot of research, and you'll get the job. But still, once you'll get the job, you will have to learn and keep learning and upgrading and upskilling yourself to sustain in that job, right? So don't forget to uh, you know uh, just don't think that okay, I'll get the job, I have got this package of 60 lakhs or 70 lakhs and now I'm okay with it. No, you'll be thrown out within 1 month of time if you're not performing well, and if you're not giving the or you're not fulfilling the requirements of the organization. So it's very important for all of us, being a professional, with a experience of 15 years, I'm still learning new things. Our company has, they encourage us to enroll ourselves in new courses related to communication, related to emerging technologies, related to AI, so that whatever we are doing, we can communicate it to the industry, to the target audience properly, and then get the desired outcome. Technology is dynamic, it's changing every day. So it's not going to be still or constant, right? But the main thing is human touch. which is very important and it will always be there. So prepare yourself according to that, right? Adaptability, resilience, willingness to learn, right? Willingness to unlearn and learn new things. Keep researching, keep preparing for new things, right? Connecting with the world. Communication doesn't mean that you are just speaking to people in a plain, very advanced English language. No, communication is learning to listening to other person and understanding that person. If you are able to understand and concise and summarize their speech or their dialogue or their communication, it is also, communication is two way. One way is you are speaking and the other way is the other person is speaking. So are you able to comprehend both? Are you able to speak properly? Are you able to summarize or learn, listen to them properly? So it is very important to keep working on these elements. And I think you're good to go. You guys are very smart. You are equipped with proper technology. You are equipped with all these professional skills. So you'll really do wonders in coming days. It's just that you just need to focus on your attitude and preparedness for the upcoming years. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. I would also want to hear a minute from you regarding the future skill prime that you have. Again, dear students, as she mentioned, it's very important to keep upskilling yourself, reskilling yourself. And here is the platform, very relevant platform by NASCOM, where they are bringing in lot of courses that is designed exclusively by the organizations like Cisco, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and many more. So, which gives you a way to log in into that platform all for free. That's the very, very important thing. You know, this certification is not so easy. It costs huge amount. But yes, here is NASCOM with this platform. Can you just give a minute on that?
So, Future Skill Prime is an initiative in partnership with MITI. It's basically government's initiative to upskill the youth of the country. So, initial mandate was to upskill the Indian youth and the students on emerging technologies. We have identified top 10 technologies, including artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, AR, VR, etc. And then we have designed more than 500 courses around these technologies. We have partnered with industry, like she said, Accenture, AWS, we have Salesforce, we have all the industry stakeholders on board. We have academic partners also. So we are very closely working with the academicians to design these courses. But as I've said that, recently post-COVID, government has realized that it's not only for students to upskill and reskill themselves, it's important for the existing workforce also. So we are now partnering with industry and we are asking them to enroll their employees on these courses of focused on emerging technologies. So all of us can take advantage of this platform. It's a very good time that everyone, including all the stakeholders, government is working for the betterment of the students. Academic partners are working very actively on the industry collaborations and coming up with this, new advanced curriculum and content. Plus, industry is also accepting us very with a lot of training and skilling, in-house skilling and training programs also. So once it's a usually a trend, like whenever you are going to a floor or you're joining an organization, you'll be trained there for 6 months just to learn how to perform your job, right? So I think it's a wonderful time. Take advantage of these kind of platforms. You can enroll as an individual, you can enroll yourself on Future Skills Prime and can explore the courses according to your interest areas, right? And the certification fee is very low for a few of the courses. It's a mix of fixed, paid and free courses, right? So you can opt for free courses in case if you feel that I just want to explore this area. Or then later on, once you feel that, okay, I want to equip myself with more advanced, version of this skill set, you can opt for the deep skilling courses. So deep skilling courses are also there, which is provided by Upgrad, Simply Learn, and other partners. And that's all from my side. And hope you all will enroll yourself on this platform and take advantage of this session also, because all these industry leaders are giving you, don't take it as a gyan, but take it as an experience of all professionals.
Thank you so much, Ms. Priyanka. So, my dear students, I think your notebook, one page must have been filled up, right? Even the smart notebook, the things are flowing in and it must have been filled up. I just missed the chance to talk about Mr. Rohit before handing it over to Ms. Priyanka. I would like to thank him by his presence. What we are trying to tell you is that it is not only the private organization or MNC who are willing and coming forward to take the students from private university. There are a lot of unconventional ways where government organization is coming forward like his. You know, he is heading R&D division and he expressed his willingness to take few students in the project that is latest he is doing in AI and many more. So idea is again, the willingness, the opportunity is knocking at your door, my dear student. That does not mean that it is already there with you. There are a lot of things that you have to do, but yes, last time we also had unconventional internship hired from IIT Delhi. So that was an out of the way where where Professor Monica from Center of Advanced Research uh, in electronics came forward and she asked us for interns. And then there was scientists from NPL, National Physics Laboratory, who reached out to us saying that they are also wanting to have interns in computer science and IoT, AI areas. So what I'm trying to say through this, the message is we have many industry putting across their arms to you with the lot of opportunities. Call it MNC, call it startup, call it government organization. We can bring them all to you. But you need to be skilled, self-skilled, self-empowered. That is what Mr. Vinay mentioned. Self-empowerment for better future is something very important. Thank you, Mr. Vinay, for being there with us. And I understand that he is hard pressed on time meeting there. So he requested to leave. Thank you once again. Now we would extend our heartfelt gratitude to you and by presenting a small memento.
I would now request Professor Dr. Madhuri Kumari Ma'am, Deputy Director of Placements and Industry Relation at ACIT, to present a shield. Mr. Vinay Kaushik, sir.
One second. I'm extremely sorry to leave this podium so quickly because 1 o'clock I have a meeting. But inspired by my friend Mokul and Yudhishthar, I sum up very quickly in 20 seconds the journey of all the successful people. कामयाब जितने इंसान हुए ऐसा लगता है मेरे को वो ऐसे ही हुए. भटक कर ही सही देर सवेर मंजिल मिल ही जाएगी. गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. Okay, thank you.
I think, and such couplets are really adding to the excitement and the relevance of this session. So, dear students, just to bring to you a slight addition before we move to the next speaker, may I invite Ms. Shefali from Campbell Systems. She wanted to have few words with our students. Looking at your involvement, excitement, there is something that she wants to share as well. Thank you, Ms. Shefali.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shifali Saini. I'm a part of Campbell Company and I work with Mr. Kamal Sharma and I work as a post of HR and admin department. So, before I begin, I'll take very less time of yours, but definitely when I leave the stage, you will obviously get something into your mind. It's something very real. When I started my career, let me share this. My first salary was 2,000 per month. There was a fight in my home. Why such a small amount? She can complete her studies. In between, I took the decision because today we are talking about the internships, taking the certificates, moving on to a real life called the job life or the industry. Whichever sector you will pull up, आप किसी भी सेक्टर में जाएंगे, किसी भी फील्ड में आप लोग जाएंगे, I really pray for you all and wish for you all you get the best. But definitely, please, it's a request, it's a real life experience of mine. Don't look at your first pay amount like, यार इतने में मैं तो काम नहीं करूंगी या मैं तो नहीं करूंगा. Don't do that because in real life, there's only one word which will make you go so high in life, that is experience. आप जिस भी कंपनी में जाएंगे, there is a term called politics, there's a term called enjoyment, fun, बहुत चीजें होंगी. But your experience will make you somewhere or the other go to a very, very nice place gradually. I'm sure आप एक company join करेंगे, you won't be there till death. It is for sure. I have an experience of more than 8 years working in different companies, different sectors. I was never satisfied. I was a teacher for 5.5 years. Then I was like, my brother was like, "Tu kab tak noun and pronoun padayegi? Isi mein you retire like this only. वो noun 8 तरह के हैं, you won't be doing it 6 types. So switch your career." I was like, where to go? Accounts, I'm zero. Finance and all, I'm not into this much. क्या करूं मैं? Overnight, I was like, in airlines, I don't want to go because somewhere or the other, cabin crew कितने साल तक ये आप कर लोगे? I mean, there's a perspective after 40, a girl has to come down to marriage and a family. Okay, fine. Then, on the basis of my communication skill, I got a profile that is EA, Executive Assistant. I work under very famous people like Mr. Varun Gupta, Mr. Anshul Gupta, Dr. Rajesh, and now I'm very blessed and happy to work with Mr. Kamal Sharma. I've been working with him. So then now, I decided that EA profile is something I won't be continuing anymore. So let's get into HR. Okay, now at this age, I finally say that I'll be HR. I'll be taking my career further as an HR only. But in my case, the shifting of this took place because of not getting proper guidance, frankly speaking. हम सब कहीं ना कहीं, we are in the modern generation, but our parents are not that much level high educated or somewhere or the other. So was struggling raha kahin na kahin. In my brother case, he was fixed like he wanted to be a cabin crew from a very young age, and now he is there. So you guys have to make a clear decision. Shifting will be there, no doubt. But if you can, take one path and keep growing. Because when you keep shifting your career, no doubt in terms of salary, no doubt in terms of experience, you will get somewhere or the other. I mean, some bad days are also there. Every day is not good. So the two things I really want to tell you at the last, your experience of life when you go out of this university will change your life. Trust me with that. The nature of toys will change. You have to tackle many people around you. You see, oh, she's my friend, she's my best friend in the office. He or she might come out as a snake and a fairy angel as well, no doubt. So first is the experience, second is the pay, and the third is the whatever internship you will take forward. To what extent? Be very focused. Learning is something I have been always doing that. I always keep one motive in life. I can do this. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या हो जाएगा? नहीं आएगा तो दोबारा सीख लूंगी. This attitude, please keep with you. It will really help you a lot. So I wish you all the best, and I am again saying pray for you all because you are going to enter into a new world. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Shifali. So the youngest of all, connecting better to all of you, right? So dear students, again, the message that comes out, which has already been given by the experienced panelist here, you all should be running marathon. Don't get into sprint, marathon, something that will help you gain experience as you grow, as you keep patient and keep growing. So with that message, may we move to the next speaker.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your gracious words and sharing your personal experience with us. So, our next guest is Miss Hiteshi Chaudhary, ma'am. As a seasoned HR professional with an MBA degree from Narsi Monji Institute of Management and Studies in Mumbai, she brings a wealth of experience and expertise to the role as an HR business partner at Hilti India. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you all feeling now? Can I have few words? How are you feeling? No, it's okay. Good? Energized? Knowledge overload? Yes? So I am firstly very honored and grateful to be standing here and sharing the stage with all of these dignitaries and industry leaders who have spent, I guess, 15, 20, 28 years in the industry. And I couldn't help but feel like a student myself. And as Madhuri ma'am was saying, I was also taking mental notes of what these leaders were saying, and so that I could imbibe certain things into my corporate life as well. And also, while I was sitting there and looking at all of your faces, I couldn't help but be reminded of the time that I was one of you sitting on the other side of the stage. And I couldn't help but be reminded that I was the one sitting there, slightly anxious, slightly confused, not knowing what I wanted to do in life at that point. And probably it must be around 8 years ago that I was one of you sitting there. And having at that point, not having a clear idea of what I wanted to do in life, I was feeling overwhelmed of all the leaders who were coming for internships and coming with various opportunities. You know, at that time, I what came to my rescue was a thought of trying out different things. And at that point, I actually did internships in 4 or 5 different industries altogether. I did an internship in technical IT domain. I did one in business development, one in HR, one in probably marketing. And having done all of that, I realized where my true calling was. Because it often happens that, when you're sitting there as students learning everything from the teachers, you probably don't know what is the world that lies in front of you. At that point, I remember being absolutely sure that I wanted to be somewhere. I wanted to create a mark for myself, but not too sure of how I would get there. So I think doing those internships helped me realize what my interest was. And very recently, I also came across a matrix, enjoy at, good at matrix. Now, let me tell you what that matrix is. Imagine a x-axis and a y-axis, and think of things that you really enjoy doing, and think of things that you are really good at doing. And wherever you feel these two things match to a certain skill set or a certain area, domain of expertise, that's where I think you should plan your marathon in. So, leaving all of you with that slight thought. And in case anybody is feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit confused, please know that it's okay to feel that. And a lot of us being there have felt that. So, it's absolutely okay. Enjoy the time that you are in, and don't feel afraid or shy to experiment, to try out different things, and consider this opportunity, this internship opportunity that you have, as probably testing the waters. You may or may not learn how to sail the boat in the time that you have for this internship, but you will definitely learn, you'll definitely be able to test the waters in that time. So do make the best of it. And that's the thought I'll leave you with. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hiteshi. I think that was too quick and very apt. I think I have noted down for you. Metrics is something which was interesting. X and Y, what you are good at, and what is that in demand. Okay, what makes you enjoy. is something that you should see the intersection. When you have the best of the intersection, maybe both the set overlapping over each other, that's the best pick. Thank you so much to Hilti for being here for the first time ever. Again, Hilti is representing here in the Internship Expo, and that's the organization completely for mechanical, civil, electrical engineering, and of course, they are moving towards automation, so CSIT also comes into it. So thank you for bringing your organization here, and we look forward for a long association.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious words. Allow me to introduce our next and final panelist, Mr. Vinay Sharma, sir. Having huge experience in the ever changing tech industry, he is currently working on real life problems as NLP expert in the Makers Lab at Tech Mahindra. May we kindly request you to address the gathering, sir?
Before we move on to you, I think you can feel the excitement on the face. Tech Mahindra is going to be hosting internship drive immediately after this. And we would like to give a huge round of applause to Tech Mahindra for coming to us again and again and believing in our students' skill, trying to take them on the very first day of Internship Expo. Kindly convey our regards to Mr. Amit Dubey, and thank you to you always for being there for our students. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madhuri ma'am. So by now, all of you know like how you should look at internships and all. So I won't be speaking a lot about that. I'll be speaking about once you get an internship opportunity, what kind of projects that you will be working on. So I will love to speak on that. Before that, I would just like to speak about my organization and particularly the part of organization that I work for. It's called Makers Lab. It's a research and innovation wing within the Tech Mahindra. Uh, you know, what's the why do we need a research and innovation wing within a IT services company? So the large story of Indian IT services is that whatever is built in the West is consumed by us. So we are the technology consumers, right? For example, ChatGPT was built in West, and we all are using it or consuming it. But what we believe is we have the knowledge, we have the willpower, we have the right ecosystem, so we can build the same for us. So that is the motivation or the kind of work that we do in Makers Lab. Now, coming to the projects that we work on, like I said, Chat GPT. So we have already made a Chat GPT version of Hindi with the name Indus. So you guys can search on the internet. Like Tech Mahindra has already released a large language model with the name Indus, which can speak in Hindi languages, and it's a very interesting story how this project got started. So how many of you know Sam Altman? Good. So when Sam Altman came to India, he said that he said that it's not possible for Indians to build a LLM. And our ex CEO, Mr. CP Gurnani, was sitting in the same room, and he accepted the challenge without even, asking the our engineers or anybody. He accepted that, and he came to us like, "You guys have to build this," and that's how the project got started. So I'm proud to tell you that the model has been built, it has been released, and not only this, based on that project, we have got some other projects as well. Like from the Indonesia, we got a request to build the same kind of LLM with the name Bhasha, and so it's a 1.1 billion parameters that we have built for them. So it speak about the success that we have in the LLM domain, and I work as a AI architect, generative AI architect on this LLM. So any questions you have on that, feel free to ask me. I am the one, and of course my team who did the coding and everything, right from the architecture and the data collection, data cleaning, model training, inferencing, fine tuning, RLHF, whatever. So it's me who did, and of course my team with me. So feel free to ask on that. Other than that, I would like to, I would like to speak about the Makers Lab. So like I was speaking, like I want the Indian IT companies, not the tech consumers, but the tech producers. So most of you might not be knowing that Makers Lab is responsible for finding a therapeutic molecule against COVID-19. I can give you lots of paper on this, but you can again search on the internet, like the work that Makers Lab has done. Of course, we collaborated with some startups on this, and it is, and this technology has been painted. Of course, we used the softwares and the quantum and AI algorithms on top of that. The first speaker, Mr. Anil, if I remember correctly, he was talking about the challenges in this finding a right vaccine. Like when the COVID came, all of us, a lockdown has to be implemented because it's not easy to find a vaccine. Why it is difficult to find a vaccine is, I'll tell you. There are 10 to the power 60 small molecules that are there on this planet, and a combination of from those molecules, a medicine or a vaccine is generated. So 10 to the power 60, I'll just to let you know how big is this number. Do you know how many drops are there in the ocean on this planet? It's 10 to the power 25. Okay, so it's the finding the right vaccine is just like finding a right drop on the in an ocean on this planet. So that's why it takes so much time. So it's take billions of dollars and almost a decade to find a vaccine. So that's why this is a challenging task, and we are proud to tell you that we found a vaccine, and we got a recognition from World Economic Forum for this. So please make sure you check on the internet the work that we have done. And this last, I would like to speak about the metaverse. Like we are the first company who made the first meta bank in India. Like the UBI bank. The UBI bank came to us. They wanted to attract the younger generation. It's 100 years old bank, and they came to us with a challenge that they want to change the perception how the younger generation look at the banking services. So we told them, like instead of expecting customers to come to the bank, why not bring the banks to the customer? So that's where we gave them an idea. Let's launch this meta bank in the metaverse. So if you go to the UBI website, you can find the link to access that metaverse. Of course, there are some RBI guidelines that you cannot do the transactions there, but you can check your balances, and you can avail some of the services there. So again, and the best part, or I would say the very proud part about this project was that this metaverse or meta bank for UBI was inaugurated by the Prime Minister office himself. So so that is some of the stuff that we are doing. So if you get an internship opportunity to work with us, so this is the kind of projects that you will be working with us. So I touched. So speaking about the technologies that we work, you name it and we have it. So we work on AI, we work on quantum, we work on IoT, we work on robotics, we work on metaverse, everything. So with that, I'll just like to just wrap up this session. So that's all the technologies that we work, and it's really nice to meet all of you, and I'm looking forward to this internship drive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vinay. I would just ask you a question. Can you take them all? So you have left with this Makers Lab, and I'm sure very exciting information. You are at the right time. 2047 is going to be all yours, my dear students. Technology consumer to technology builder is something that we need to move on, and you have labs like Maker Labs giving you opportunity. And I'm sure all of you want to be there. You have the first to last. Now you can understand the excitement started, the excitement is continuing, right? So thank you so much, Mr. Vinay. And I again with a request that you should take as many as possible in turns. So we look forward to your support and proving yourself that you can be part of the internship drives and get selected. So all the best, my dear students, and thank you everyone for being here today with us in X Connect.
So thank you very much. Now all the industry guests and their student, you must have heard all of them. And the anonymous point coming is about the technical knowledge of your domain, which is very, very important, which you are studying right now at your semesters, various semesters. The basic and fundamental knowledge of these subjects will be very, very important. plus connected with resilience and the soft skills. Soft skill is which really add your edge to your personality. And inform everyone, at MET we have this special emphasis on how we inculcate the soft skill aspects in every students. For that, we are giving them training on the behavioral skills. We are giving them training of the communication skills, and many more. That how to build the attitude, how to make presentable, how to do the group discussion, and all many more. So, but above all, there is a one point that came up is now you have to add some edge on you on others. Why? What I want to say is because they all have already told about how to skill yourself apart from what you are studying right now, in the form of as we have told about the Salesforce program, as we have told about the ServiceNow programs, the future skill that NASCOM is providing. And every time we are, whenever these programs are being floated, and since we have the tie-up with them, association with them, so it is freely available to all the students of the MET School of Engineering and Technology. So now it's us to take advantage of it. And last time, the Salesforce, the program that has been floated, around 250 takers was there. And out of that, they all got advantage because the certification is very, very important, and which is also was free for us, for the student, for you. So if you acquire that certification, then there are many avenues, not only for the Salesforce, but the huge number of customers of the Salesforce. Similarly for the ServiceNow and many more. So kindly emphasis on, and now think about what all the takeaway today you are taking up for this particular session. So my all the best wishes to all of you, and I'm very much thankful to all our industry guests, those who have spared their valuable time. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful advice. We now take immense pride in announcing the release of the Internship Expo information brochure. May we now request the dignitaries present on the stage to step forward for the release.
I would now request Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Pandey, Sir, Director, Amity School of Engineering and Technology, and Dr. Madhuri Kumari, Ma'am, Deputy Director of Placements and Industry Relations, to present a shield to each distinguished panelist present here today. May we have a huge round of applause? We are honored to present a shield to Dr. Mukul Chopra, CHRO, Conway Genius. May we have a huge round of applause? We now take pride in presenting the shield to Ms. Shalini Jory, Head Talent Management and ER, Morage Garrets. We now present the shield to Mr. Kamal Sharma, Group CEO, Campbell Systems Private Limited. We now present the shield to Mr. Siddharth Sane, Group General Manager, Infosys. We now present the shield to Mr. Yudhishthir Yadav, India Lead Student and Citizen Skilling Initiatives, Trailhead Academy, Salesforce. We now present the shield to Mr. Rohit Kumar, Head R&D. We now present the shield to Ms. Priyanka Upreti, Senior Manager, Market Development, NASCOM. We now present the shield to Mr. Dheeraj Modi, Head Talent Acquisition. We now present the shield to Ms. Hitesh Chaudhary, HR Business Partner. We now present the shield to Mr. Vinay Sharma, sir.
We take permission from industry guests if we can have 2 to 3 questions from the students. Yeah. Okay. So students, we have we have few of you having questions. So we'll just take 2 to 3 questions.
Very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Siddharth from BTech IT, and I was, as you all were speaking, I was writing notes in my digital brain, as Madhuri ma'am calls it. And my question is to Mukul sir. You said that we are running a marathon, right? And we don't sprint, we pace ourselves. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody in this room is juggling many responsibilities. They're doing college work, they're doing upskilling like courses, they're building projects, they're doing virtual internships. So, can you give us some sort of, can you guide us through, like?
You know, let me simplify it for you. Okay. My generation was a binary one. So it was yes or no, two answers. Okay. Uh, I I ended up doing my engineering because being a boy, it was like either do a medical or you do non-medical. And I realized that 8 years in medical, 4 years in engineering, let's take engineering. So it was not thought of. Okay. Uh, you can say paucity of information, right? You guys suffer from an information overload. Okay. There are just too many variables at any given point of time, and you complicate it further. So, as they call the algorithms, okay, your mind works hyperactive. But take one thing at a time. Okay. Uh, any decision you take in your life, never look back, because whatever you decide for yourself would have been the best under those given set of circumstances. Even now, a lot of you youngsters would have said, gosh, yaar, my 12th May, had I done this, I would have been better off. I can lay a bet that if I put a time machine and put you back to the same time, you will exactly take the same decision. So don't regret. Don't look back. Okay. Uh, keep an eye on the environment. What's happening? Okay. Uh, and then decide what you want to do. It's not complicated. It's a very simple rule. In fact, I missed it out. Either you love what you do or you do what you love. It's all up to you. There are no pressures. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Any other question?
Hello. Voice. Hello. Am I audible? Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shashwat from BTech IT. So I have a question regarding like from Tech Mahindra sir shared that we have built our own Hindi LLM. I just wanted to know that like their plans forward and like how do they like there are various models coming up like Claude 3 or like there is quite some war happening over there in LMSIS ELO rating and all that. So I was just asking that what are your plans forward and are we working towards text to video or image to video models as well?
Yeah. So for now, it's a GPT based model, decoder only models, of course, transformer based. Like coming to your question, text to speech and all that stuff. Yes, that is like that is what has already been planned in this. Yeah. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, I was saying that the other capabilities other than the text, they are still in the planning process. I mean, they are already there. In the coming phases, we will be launching them. But for now, we are just keeping it for the text part only.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Paritosh Mittal. I am from BTech IT. Actually, sir, when was the sir from OHSL was telling about the Sanskrit MNL model, and you talk about the Hindi uh, NLN model. So, what's your thoughts about the Sanskrit NLN model? Because according to me, what I have heard is the Sanskrit is less ambiguous than other language which we are using, and I think because I am in, you can say I am a Hindu or a Indian.
So according to me, Sanskrit is actually a better language, and a lot of the knowledge which from previous life or previous past have lost because we don't know Sanskrit that much and not use that much. So what's your thought about making an NLP model for Sanskrit and processing those taxes which are left by our ancestors? So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Sanskrit is a very grammatical and very scientific language, no doubt about that. But when it comes to machines, they don't understand whether it's English or it's Sanskrit or it's Hindi. For them, it's one and zeros only. Okay, so as long as you have the data, you can train the model on any language. Okay, and what was your other question? Yeah.
So my question was, if we use Sanskrit animal model and use it on our ancestral knowledge, which is written in a Sanskrit, and can we be able to access new types of knowledge and technologies? Because when I I used to watch an series known as Ancient Aliens.
So what I can suggest is, because immediately after this you have a session with the Tech Mahindra and all, so we'll have an offline question for that time. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Just relay for that. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Anubhav Yadav. I am a BTech CSE third year student. I will ask a question. When it comes to decide our first internship and selecting the company, what is the basic criteria for us? Currently, I am working on preparing myself as a full stack developer. However, if I receive some offer on my if I receive offer other than my roles, which should I primarily focus on? Should I choose to work with them or continually working on myself? Okay. Currently, I'm okay. Currently, I'm working on preparing myself as a full stack developer. However, if I receive offer for roles other than my primary focus, so should I choose to work with them or find other opportunities?
I think this is that sums up all the outcome of this session. I would request everyone if you could just give one point on this. It will help all the students. So it's a kind of generic question where they're asking what is that they should focus on in an internship. So I think yes. So one very quick one, and then we will wind up. This is the last question that we are taking here.
So I will steal your thoughts on this. Good at and like to do. So earlier during this session, Ms. Hiteshi, she did mention about what are you good at and what would you like to do. So if you follow that framework, probably does that answer the query that you have? No, maybe. See, your query was that how do you decide what to focus on in an internship? And Ms. Hiteshi Chaudhary did mention about a matrix, about what are you good at and what do you like to do. And the intersection of that two probably will give you some gateway or some thought into what you should focus on. Only other thing I would like to add to that is you think about problems within close to you, in your environment, in your university, in your society, in your community, and pick one of those and then see what tools, techniques you can apply to solve those, rather than copy pasting something that may be little distant to from your environment. So be aware of your environment and pick that as a problem statement and think of the design thinking as a framework to apply.
I'll just add, I'll take the opportunity. And as Indians, we are all good to book the seats, right? I'll put my rumal there. I have an internship with me. And then I'll still be the search will be still on for full stack developer. If I get it, I take the rumal back in my pocket. I go to like full stack developer opportunity. Others continue here because this still gives me opportunity to learn, at least get to know about company culture. So don't leave it. Take it.
Yeah, that's the perfect message that students you should put in your mind. Don't keep dreaming. Take it. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Kamal, I think you want to add something.
my words, you have to learn the rules of game and you have to play better than anybody else. And you have to decide that how best you are in your passion and your codings and all. Then only you can decide that which company is good for you. So this answer actually you have to ask from yourself, not from the company side. Thanks.
So before we close this session, may we have a huge round of applause for all of us, you and us. Yeah, thank you. So that is what is X Connect all about. For closing remark, please.
Amity Noida is a universe of opportunities. We have all gathered here for the fourth time, collaborating, sharing, and growing our trees of wisdom. We request all present here to make use of this experience and evolve and pace the way of the kind of engineer you want to be.
As we approach the conclusion of today's internship fair, it is my distinct pleasure to invite Ms. Anju Khanna ma'am, Senior Manager, Corporate Resource Center at Amity School of Engineering and Technology, to extend the final vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, invitees, participants, and my dear students. At the outset, on behalf of CRC Asset and Organizing Committee, I would like to express my profound gratitude to our beloved founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, for his blessings and motivations. We most humbly thank our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir, for his exceptional leadership, guidance, and motivation. I would like to record my deep and sincere gratitude to our own beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla ma'am, for always cultivating MIT Noida to be an organization that exposes its students' body to myriad experiences and opportunities. My sincere and special thanks to our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Pandey sir, for his exceptional guidance and directives under which the organization of this event was possible. Also, a wide round of applause and thanks to all our distinguished industry veterans who have spared their valuable time and stepped up to the presented challenge and delivered very well articulated and moving speeches today and made the event more memorable one. It was wonderful to listen to all of you today, and regardless of the wins, I'm glad all embrace this inaugural Internship Fair 2024 with full zeal. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my own boss, Professor Dr. Madhuri Kumari ma'am, Deputy Director, Placements and Industrial Relations, for giving me this honor and always being a source of motivation and ignition and standing through all thicks and thins. My colleagues could have been entrusted with this task, and without them, this event would very well have fallen short of the matrix we set in place. Also, I want to thank Amity administration for all the logistics and support. Lastly, and the most important, our special thanks to our student coordinators for all their selfless efforts in preparing, organizing, and hosting this inaugural session of the mega event of our Summer Internship Expo. They have worked very hard in day leading to up to date and truly helped us achieve the goal of this event. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making this time to be with us today and helping us make this event a great success. Thank you once again, one and all. Namaskar. Thank you so much.
So what are their instructions for the afternoon? That also can.
Dear students, we begin the internship drive and other sessions starting today afternoon. So Tech Mahindra is here for internship drive. All of you once again need to assemble here at 2 o'clock. We start the Tech Mahindra drive. So all of you are to be here. Please be on time. The doors closed. The opportunity is closed. Okay. So that's for you. Thank you. May I request the industry leaders to just help us out with one group photograph. The photographers, please. First, we will take ours and then the volunteers. Okay. One sec.